What inspires change? What motivates us? It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Get the Scion story at Scion.com.
As of 30 September, we will have exhausted the fiscal year 13 budget, and there's a possibility of a governmental shutdown until Congress signs the fiscal year 14 budget or passes a continuing resolution. If Congress does not sign a fiscal year 14 budget or pass a continuing resolution, the government will essentially close. Civilians will be faced with a shutdown furlough as of 1 October unless their billet provides an accepted function or involves the protection of life and property.
This means that approximately over 400 civilian Navy employees who work for Joint Region Marianas, Naval Base Guam, and Andersen Air Force Base could be furloughed until further notice. 25% of these employees work administrative jobs. Rear Admiral Tillman Payne says they're waiting for additional guidance, but the recent furlough in July is probably a good template of what duties and responsibilities are exempt from these furloughs. Payne advised employees that their immediate supervisors would let them know whether or not their jobs are affected, and non-appropriated funds or NAF employees will be informed through their chain of command if they are to be impacted.
Military members will continue to report for duty as scheduled. Civilians and military who do continue to work will be in a normal duty status, but will not be paid until Congress makes the funds available.
Rear Admiral Payne encourages everyone to monitor regional social media sites and national media outlets on news about the continuing resolution or the FY14 budget. He knows that things can change quickly, and once funding is approved, all civilian employees are asked to return to work as soon as possible.
This is not the first time we've faced this particular obstacle, but I realize that doesn't make it any easier or reduce its impact. Thank you for your service, for your patience, and for persevering through these challenges. Your efforts are what make ours the world's finest military.
A federal shutdown will also affect Guam's national parks. National Park Service Acting Superintendent Ron Bourne says that they hope that Congress will pass the appropriation, but if worse comes to worse, they will have no choice but to close Guam's national parks and furlough most of their employees. Guam is a day ahead of the U.S. mainland, so for now, Park Service employees will be required to show up to work tomorrow.
We would come to work tomorrow because we would be working in advance of the decision. And once that decision's made, our employees will go around and lock our park up. We would lock our comfort stations. We would lock our gates that we do have, and then we would post signs that would be closed.
A few employees are exempt, but Bourne says most, or about 21 employees, could then be furloughed until further notice.